My expertise is interviews and interrogation.
The new police unit that's calling on some of Savannah's most seasoned officers. One inmate dead, two different stories, what the Chatham County Sheriff says and what other inmates told Tony White's family. Georgia's Attorney General wants kids to say no to drugs. The contest he's starting and what students can do to win $500.
This is Fox 28 News at 10.
90 homicides still unsolved. That's 90 families still searching for justice since 2004. Now Savannah police are hoping a new unit will shed some light on old, cold cases. All new at 10, Fox 28's Robert Catanese takes us inside the police department's newly formed team. He joins us live from downtown. Robert?
Tim, this team has 7 detectives. 6 have come out of retirement, and they all have one goal.
We're systematically going through each and every single case.
The number of unsolved homicides continues to grow with each year, with 11 last year and more than 90 since 2004.
Our records go back, I believe, as far as 1960s.
Each member of Lieutenant Bearfield's team brings different skills to the unit.
We have people that have forensics background. We have people that have interviews and interrogations backgrounds. And we want to explore these cases and go over them together as a team and then figure out where we can go from there.
Investigator Billy Ray has his own specialty.
My expertise is interviews and interrogation.
This 30-year veteran knows solving these cold cases won't be easy.
Awful lot of mopping up that needs to be done on cases that just didn't get very far for whatever reason.
This team will be breathing new life into old cases and helping the countless families searching for answers.
In my case, a close friend of mine lost his son to an unsolved murder August 7th a year ago, and he left a 4-year-old child.
And for those family members who are waiting for answers,
we have not forgotten about them. The investigators that work their cases for the first time haven't forgotten about them. We're going to use every resource that we have available to us to solve these cases. Hopefully bring some closure to some families.
Now, Lieutenant Bearfield has been a homicide detective for over 10 years. And coming up in the 10:30 half hour, you're going to hear why William Ray came out of retirement to join the team. Reporting live downtown, Robert Catanese, Fox 28 News at 10.
Thanks, Robert. The 7 detectives assigned to Bearfield's team will work part-time. Tonight, the family of Tony White, a former Chatham County Detention Center inmate, is demanding answers about White's death. Detention Center officials say White died of natural causes, but his family wants proof. Fox 28's Shelby Roberts is investigating their concerns and joins us live from the newsroom.
A little over a week after Tony White's death, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation confirmed that White's autopsy was completed today. Although the results are still pending, White's family lawyer says they are one step closer to finding out the full story.
At this point, we want to have the investigation play out.
Will Claiborne is the family attorney for 60-year-old Tony White, a former Chatham County Detention Center inmate. Preliminary reports indicated that White died on September 7th from natural causes. Sheriff John Wilcher says White had some health issues, including high blood pressure. But White's family says that's not good enough.
The family received a letter that was signed by more than 30 inmates who all say that his death was preventable and that he was asking and begging for medical care. That gives them great concern.
Claiborne wouldn't say if the family is suspicious about White's death, but he did say they are anxious to hear the findings of today's autopsy report.
I'm going to be out front with y'all. I don't have anything to hide.
During a press conference on the day of White's death, Sheriff Wilcher stated the center's goal of transparency.
This particular investigation is the standard death investigation that we're doing, and again, it's early in the investigation. Once we are able to receive the results of the autopsy, we'll be able to make a final conclusion.
Officials are waiting for toxicology results to tell them more about how White died. Nellie Miles, a GBI spokesperson, says the GBI will know the timeline they are looking at in about a week or so.
It has been made a priority, and because the autopsy was just completed today, it's premature to be able to say exactly when they'll be able to be done.
More than anything, they just want to be assured that a full, fair, complete, and open investigation occurs into Mr. White's death.
Coming up at 10:30, I'm sharing how the Chatham County Detention Center is responding to that autopsy decision. For now, reporting live in the newsroom, Shelby Roberts, Fox 28 News at 10.
Thanks, Shelby. Guyton police are looking for two men who broke into City Hall early this morning. They say the pair entered through a side door and went straight to the police clerk's desk. They rummaged through the drawers, but police aren't sure if they took anything. Police say one man looks like he wore a jacket with C69 on it. Police also say they had a break-in at their back door yesterday morning, but the outside cameras weren't working. If you have any information, call Guyton Police. The Jasper County Sheriff's Office says an open door led to a discovery of a body in Hardeeville. A neighbor walked into a home on Steiny Road and found a woman dead. Investigators say Kenyatta Austin died from a gunshot wound. If you have any information, call the Jasper County Sheriff's Office at 843-726-7779. Bluffton police arrested Valente Avila for criminal sexual conduct with a minor. Police say the crime happened on Buck Island Road between 2009 and 2013. If you know anyone who may be a victim of Avila, detectives want you to call the Bluffton Police Department. A North Carolina man is found guilty of homicide by child abuse. Curtis Tyrone Williams confessed to, quote, chopping the toddler in the back with a closed fist because he wasn't walking fast enough. Doctors say the boy died from bruises and blunt force trauma that caused his spleen to rupture. Two police officers in Gwinnett County are home recovering tonight after a crash. Police haven't said how the wreck happened, but it was at an intersection outside of Atlanta and sent two officers to the hospital. A driver in another car had to go to the hospital too. The officers were treated and released, but there's no word on the driver's condition. The sun's back and it'll stick around for the weekend. Fox 28's Aaron Thomas is in the First Warning Weather Center to let us know how long the dry weather will last.
That's right. Lots of sunshine today, and we were very warm as well, which is not coinciding with what we have coming up in the next couple of days. In less than a week, fall will begin. We've got 6 days until fall and the rest of your holiday countdown, 45 days until Halloween, nearly 70 days until Thanksgiving, and we are finally around 100 days for Christmas and 107 days for your New Year's. These were our highs today. We had a high of 89 degrees, so 3 degrees above normal, still nowhere near that record set in 1980 at 98 degrees. Our overnight lows are also warm as well. We've been seeing our lows drop down to the low 70s, whereas they should be in the upper 60s for this time of year. Right now we are currently in the mid to upper 70s across the area with a northeast breeze around 5 miles per hour. A bit muggy with our feels like temperature around 81 degrees. For tonight we will drop back down to the lower 70s with a partly cloudy sky. We've got another hot and sunny day tomorrow. I'll let you know how long the sunshine sticks around, all coming up in your Fox 28 forecast.
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has answers to your Zika questions. Next week's theme is Test Your Zika Knowledge. In a Fox 28 Zika alert, as of this week, there are more than 3,100 cases of Zika in the U.S. and D.C. 731 pregnant women have the virus in America. In Georgia, 78 people have the virus. In South Carolina, 31. The cases in our two states are travel-related, not locally transmitted. Florida remains the only state with local transmission. Georgia Attorney General Sam Olens is challenging students across the state to say no to drugs. Olens visited Islands High School this afternoon to talk about the statewide We're Not Gonna Take It video contest. He's challenging students to make a 30-second video explaining why they're choosing a drug-free lifestyle. Olens says Chatham County is not the worst when it comes to prescription painkiller abuse, but it certainly isn't the best. He also says they're seeing children start with painkiller prescription abuse, then switching to heroin later.
Heroin is more intense than years ago. It's purer and it's much, much cheaper. And it also causes many more deaths.
You can find a link on how to enter the contest on fox28media.com. It's running now through October 28th, and the winner gets $500. Pilot error is now being cited as a main reason for the Blue Angels plane crash in Tennessee over the summer. Navy investigators released their preliminary report. Marine Captain Jeff Cuss died on June 2nd while the Navy's aerobatic team was practicing for an air show in Smyrna. The report says he lost control of his jet while flying too fast and too low. But the report also says weather and fatigue contributed to the crash too. A court's now holding Nick Gordon legally responsible for Bobby Christina Brown's death. Brown, the daughter of Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, died in 2015 after she was found unresponsive in a bathtub in her Georgia home. Court documents filed today say her estate is seeking $10,000 in damages from her boyfriend, Nick Gordon. Gordon didn't respond, so the court ruled the motions unopposed and ordered a jury trial. President Barack Obama sat down with lawmakers and business leaders in the Oval Office today to talk trade. The president's trying to rally support for the Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Deal, or TPP. The 12-nation free trade deal is largely seen as a way to counterbalance China's rising economic influence in the region.
I know that the politics these days tends to look at trade as something that is negative, but if you talk to the farmers and the ranchers and the manufacturers and the service industries that are dependent on us selling American exports around the world, they will tell you we've got to get this done.
The president also said it's a matter of national security. However, both presidential nominees, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, publicly opposed the TPP. Former President Jimmy Carter addressed the New Baptist Covenant Summit in Atlanta. He said our country needs to improve race relations. The goal of the conference is to talk about how the church can help heal racial divides. President Carter said it starts with diversity and conversation. He took a moment to talk about this year's election, saying he and his family will vote along the same political lines. In your Fox 28 Vote 2016 coverage tonight, Hillary Clinton says she wouldn't be the Democratic nominee if it wasn't for the support of black women.
That we always need to keep going because our families and our communities count on us. And I think it is more than fair to say that black women have an even tougher road.
Clinton says Donald Trump owes President Obama an apology for bringing back the so-called birther issue. Trump finally said he believes President Obama was born in the United States. Celebrating Constitution Day, what District Attorney Meg Heap wants students to hold on to.
We have up to 4 to 5 of these tanker trucks a day sometimes, and that's really becoming difficult for environmental reasons.
The new way beer is being transported. And for weeks we've been asking you what questions you want answered from the presidential candidates. Tonight, Chelsea Clinton speaks with us exclusively about her mom, Hillary Clinton, and what she wants for America. We'll be right back with more news for Savannah, Hilton Head, and Tybee Island.